We'll come back to that later. We'll make a point of circling back around to that. But if you're just tuning in and you're seeing this on your feed, then don't be afraid to give Crighton Pet Services. Let me show you my little logo. Very proud of it. A little follow. If you see that anywhere on any of the videos on YouTube, you know that you're seeing me, my production, my own business. And I work with dogs. And I'm out working with them this morning, and I do that every day, and we go live around about this time every day. Show you a little bit about what we do, where we are, how we get on, and how we manage the dogs, especially in the capacity that we deal with. So we work with 8 dogs at a time, and some people are sometimes put off by that. Some people are curious about this. Some people just stay for a little bit of drama, and of course you're welcome to do any of those things. You're welcome to hang around, see what gets on, see what nonsense we get up to, or see if things unravel in a bad way or a good way. But I'll be honest, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. Rarely do things go wrong. We're quite well behaved. But he says that tempting fate and potentially causing a scene later. So yeah, so stay with us, and we can walk along together and see what unravels. It's quite an interesting day today. It's cold and it's definitely windy, and when we get round to where we're about to go, it's going to be windier towards the top and where it's more exposed. But where we are just now, it's actually very pleasant. It's nicely enclosed. There's not that much wind, and the pack are fairly settled and chilled. I think that when we get to where we're going, we may actually, I'm thinking out loud here, often we go up to the left here, which is a bit more exposed and maybe a bit more enrichment for the dogs. But if we stay on this path, it'll maybe be a bit quieter, a bit calmer. This way, Harris. Yeah, we can at least stay on this for 5 minutes. This way, buddy boy. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. And of course, because we have Harris out, there's Juno, giving him a little play right on cue. Please don't be put off by this. We're gonna stop it in a second or two if it doesn't calm down. Juno? Juno? We don't. No. We don't want this just now, I'm afraid. I'm sorry. We want a little bit calm. We want it a little bit structured for our walk. I know. Larnie, you've joined us right at a time when they're playing with each other, and unfortunately Juno is so loud. She only plays on full volume. She can only think of a tennis player hitting a shot and doing that grunt. That's Juno. That is Juno playing. And when she plays that way, she does it with Harris. The pair of them are as thick as thieves when it comes to play. But when it comes to showing you what we're doing, it's maybe better to have them a little bit calmer and a little bit less vocal. So we'll pop her on the lead for a few minutes. She won't mind. She'll settle down. Look, the lead isn't even tense or tight there. She'll be very chilled by my side and quite happy. Who else is with us? Frank, good morning. How are we doing? And Daniel, it's been a long time since I've seen you on my feed, Daniel. Thank you for tuning in. Good to see you again. Hope you're well. Hope the New Zealand summer is treating you well. What are we in? Summer, autumn? We're hitting spring now, so it must be the opposite. You must be hitting autumn, give or take. Give or take. So yeah, we'll follow this path, and maybe something will happen. Maybe not. The point is not for something to happen. The point is for us just to enjoy this walk together, enjoy some of the Scottish countryside, enjoy the views of Edinburgh, and potentially some of the golf courses that we're in between. We're in between an expensive golf course over to my left and a council operated one over to my right, and this is an area used more or less exclusively for exercising dogs, but also people obviously come here running, cycling, and hopefully not this morning, horse riding. This is what you would class as a bridle way, and in case we're not familiar with that, that means it's like a rite of passage for horses to use, kind of thing. So we need to get out of their way if any come calling, but we've got a lead for each of the dogs if the worst case happens, so we're well prepared and we'll hopefully have plenty of notice. This is the worry, this kind of corner here, this blind corner, but we should be okay. Here guys, up, he's got up, Alfie, come on. So if needs be, we can get one or two of them out the way in a hurry. Yes we can, yes we can, yes we can. I know. We bumped into another dog walker on arrival this morning. Get Harris trying to play with Edith. Hey buddy boy, hi. Harris, thank you, never mind sticking your butt in her. Yes. Yeah, we bumped into another dog walker when we arrived today, and we did our best just to keep out of each other's sort of areas, because we don't really want 16 dogs together in the same space. But both of us made, there's a bucket, there's a bin like in the middle of the walking area, and we both took our poo bags into that location to at the same time and just said, oh, how are we doing, blah blah blah. And there was two women taking photos of us, and you know that way, oh, I just felt so violated. Like, they're more than welcome to, I've got no problem with it at all. When I waved over to them, they scurried off. And if we see them on this section, I'm going to say, remember, and tag Crighton Pet Services in that photo. I will staunchly defend the business online. But we're not doing anything wrong. We're using the bin, of all things. We're putting our poo away in a safe place. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what hits the social media in the next 24 hours about that. I'll be very interested in that. We'll keep you posted on that on tomorrow's session. And if you're not currently a subscriber, make sure you hit that plus button. Join our little team. You can find out all the drama about dog walking in Edinburgh. I think we're due some rain. I think we're going to get some. And I hear that, speaking of horses earlier, it's Cheltenham Festival today, or this week rather, and they've had snow today. Snow in Cheltenham, Barney, I know. So we're hopefully not going to get any snow. I think that was quite unexpected. I think that's going to, Charlie, no, good boy. I think that's potentially going to put a spanner in the works when it comes to some of the jumps. Someone on the chat will know more about horse racing and riding than I do, but I think when the ground's frozen, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to think that if you've got an animal that weighs several tons jumping onto its front legs onto concrete cold ground, there's a chance that something could go wrong. So no, come on, Ruby, Charlie, come on, Ruby, good girl. Certain parts of the area that we're in are kind of, it's not that they're off limits, but they're off limits to these guys because they're swampy and muddy and sticky, and animals like to burrow their bits and pieces in it and things like that. And we're this particular patch of ground can sometimes be almost flooded with water, but it looks as if the rangers have been and they've cut off all the trees and used it as a dumping station for some of the branches and logs. So this way, Edith. Good puppy. Good puppy. So yeah, might have dried it out a little bit somewhat, but it's still a no-go for nice white dogs like Charlie. Isn't that right? Right, you know. I forgot that we had you on the lead there for a second. No nonsense with Harris now. No nonsense. So yeah, so hopefully Cheltenham Festival isn't knackered by any snow. Goodness me. I'm out of breath a little bit. That's a bit steeper than I thought. Harris, we'll keep going, bud. We'll stay on the path. Come on. You two, this way. Good pups. Good puppies. Good puppies. Oh well, I thought we might see our two women photographers on our route, but probably best that we've not. Wouldn't want anyone to feel intimidated by the dogs with me saying, hey, come here, come here, come here. This way. We certainly don't need to be in there. Definitely not. Definitely not. So, yeah, I'll report back tomorrow if we've made it into the local press for standing using a poo bin. I suspect it could be a slow news day if that's the case. A slow day. Thanks for walking with us. If you haven't done it already and you like what you're seeing and you're enjoying the sort of pace and the dogs, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have other videos on the channel that might be of interest to you. We make some funny clips and we do some educational stuff, and we talk about dogs working together in the capacity that they're doing just now, and a few other bits and pieces that you might find of interest, especially if you have your own dog or you're thinking of using a dog walker. This is a good starting point for you to get to grips with the process and maybe even ask a few questions if you like. You're more than welcome to do that, of course. So feel free to stop on by and have a little look. And every video, every single comment that comes through the channel lands in my inbox, and I read and respond to them all. So there might be things that you dislike and there may be things that you are against, and more than happy to defend our positions on any of these kind of situations, of course. Excuse me while I've got the hiccups. This way. Keep coming. Good puppies. Good puppies. Well done. Oh, we're going to get a bit of play now. Oh boys, there's another dog coming. I never noticed the other dog. I'm too busy focused on them. Juno, just to leave it just now. 2 seconds. You can play in the open space. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Morning. How you doing? You well? You alright? We're all good. We're all good. It's windy, yeah. It's wild. You alright? You managed. There you go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well done, guys. We show this to show actually part of what make dogs tick. And one of the things is a bit hyper. And I'm sure you can see that. Hi, you two. Juno. Hi. Hi. Yes, thank you. Harris, you're fine, buddy. You're fine. I'll check it both out in a second. Well, that wasn't so good. They both know. They both understand. I'm going to have to check them both out, I think. I think that was a bit nastier than we had been expecting. But we don't shy away from these things. We don't try and hide it, especially to the owners. We'll get a chance to kind of look over that back at the end of today and just assess how both dogs are and how they've been with each other. I suspect my initial conclusion would be that arousal rate is too high and we're just too stimulated by this wind that we've came into and we're a bit too hyper. But we don't want to make excuses. If there's been bad behaviour, we'll address that and we'll talk about it on the session, at the end of the session. But I don't think we've got much to be too concerned about. I think the dogs are very happy in each other's company and everybody else is chilled out. Charlie, what's this, buddy? Look at your face, bud. You're filthy. What have you got on you, bud? Harris. We've got a collie stalking towards us. Yes. We see you. We're more bothered about what just happened. But yeah, we'll digest that and we'll see how significant it was. And possibly egged on by some of the other dogs. But I'll need to watch it back to see exactly what if there's been a flashpoint and anything that we can learn from going forwards. Another good reason for filming these things, to get them captured despite their commas out of control. Maybe for a fraction of a second they just sparked against each other, but I think we're okay. Hey buddy boy, Harris, come and see me. Harris, come and see me, bud. Come and see me. Hey, let me see you. I know, I see you. I'm going to check you out. Right, okay guys, thank you for tuning in. We'll just give you a final shot of Edinburgh and then we're going to zoom out and get on with our walk. Thank you for tuning in. Frank, we'll see you soon. And to everyone else tuning in,